Why buy your next vehicle from Community Motors of Mason City?
Great service from 3 locations: Community on Monroe, Community Motors Westside, and Mason City Ford. 10 new franchises and hundreds of vehicles to give you more choices. Plus, Community offers an exclusive 3-3 warranty on pre-owned vehicles and 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty on new. Need more reasons why? Stop or visit CommunityAutoGroup.com.
'Cause nobody beats a community deal. Nobody.
At this time, it's 9:45 on February 14th. At this time, I'll open up the Cerro County Board of Supervisors regular meeting. Item 1 and item 2 is the agenda for this morning and approval of the minutes from February 6th special meeting and February 7th regular meeting.
Okay, at this time I would so move for approval of the agenda presented this morning and the minutes of the 6th and 7th of February, the regular and special session.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion second to approve the agenda for this morning and the minutes from the 6th and the 7th. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Any old business? Hearing none, moving on to new business. County Engineer, Mary, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. WHCAS has started their bridge inspections yesterday, so they'll be working on those for the next couple of months. Tom and I finished interviewing for the foreman position, so just going through those a little bit more and should be preparing to make an offer here shortly, hopefully. The guys are out plowing snow, salting and sanding, so we should be busy. And we are still working on the 250th Street plans, that quarter mile west of Ventura. Still working on those and looking at getting acquiring a little bit of right of way. So we've made initial contact with some of the property owners to possibly.
Is that out in that new area?
Yeah, the existing pavement's like 18 foot wide. It's an old highway 18, and then Ventura's redoing their portion, and so we would like to do ours with theirs. So we're still working on that 250th Street plans. And then you've probably heard the House panel passed a road use tax on proposal, and I guess just for your information, with this efficiency report that's come out, there's been some discussion about asset management and whatnot, and some of the discussion that has been brought up, but it hasn't gone much further, so I don't know how serious the state is about it, but we get our STP dollars every year, which is federal aid, and they're talking about maybe having the state hold some of that money, and in lieu they would give us more farm to market or more road use tax. But like I said, the discussion hasn't gone anywhere, it's just been brought up. So Jay, you might hear something at like the NIACOG meeting, and it's been brought up, but it hasn't gone anywhere. It's been brought up in the past too, I guess. Some of the older engineers said they talked about it 20 years ago, but couldn't come to an agreement on the rate exchange, because of course the counties want a one-to-one rate exchange, but the DOT doesn't do that. So
I know the Senate bill's coming out. Bob and I and Bill were at that meeting last week where we have well, were you there too?
No.
You didn't go?
No.
The Senate proposal is just slightly different than the House. It's 5 cents and 5 cents as opposed to the 4 cents, and then the additional cent per each new vehicle sold, sales tax. So.
I heard they were fairly comparable.
Yeah. I mean, you think you could bridge the difference between the two fairly easily?
Well, I don't think it's very easy to not the way we've done
But that's all I really had to report on. So.
I was trying to be optimistic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, one thing was for sure though, is that all parties were all there, you know, and these, all the supervisors there at the meeting, you know, the Farm Bureau. It's a diverse group of individuals is backing this, and so we'll have to see how things turn out, but, you know, I'd be hopeful at least.
I was just gonna add that when they started discussing this, about the increase, this was kind of a discussion before the discussion, like, before they opened it up, it just wasn't gonna be about 8 cents or 12. Like, this entity or that entity, or they're gonna fight over turf, if you will. I mean, if they would just raise 8 cents, keep the formula, you know, but they knew there'd be some manipulation, if you will. And that was kind of the discussion before that.
We'll see what happens. I know the time 21 is set to repeal in 2030, but that doesn't mean the legislation won't propose to just extend it. Yeah, it's hard to say. I can't predict, but yeah, there is some hard feelings about that, I think.
Well, hopefully they do something.
Yep. That's all I have.
Anything else from Mary?
No.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You bet. Moving on to item B, county auditor's business.
Claims here for your consideration.
This time I'd so motion to accept and authorize the chair's signature on the claims presented this morning.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we got a motion second to authorize the chair to sign the claims that were presented this morning. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 2, payroll.
I have no payroll or drainage.
Okay. Item number 4, set the public hearing for the FY 12-13 budget.
Michelle, did others set that for March 6th at 10?
Motion to set public hearing, March 6th, here at the courthouse, 10 a.m.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion second to set the public hearing for the FY 2012-2013 budget for March 6th at 10 a.m. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else from the others?
No.
Okay. Item C, county treasurer. Motion to abate the FY taxes on the amount of $106 for VIN number 351966. Pat?
Yes, that's pretty much routine business. The mobile home moved out of the county, so we'll let the next county collect those taxes.
Motion to abate.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion second to abate the taxes as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to approve a tax compromise with Viola Price on the parcel 07042830210 on the second half of the FY10 taxes without interest and cost and 2011 special assessment without interest and cost by paying $100 by the 10th of each month beginning in February of 2012. This is something I would imagine you worked on.
Yes, she's an elderly lady, and special assessments can only be paid in full, which is why I have to run this one by you to accept $100 increments until it's paid in full. It's almost $400. She's already given us $100, and will continue for the next few months if you approve this today.
Okay.
Okay, I'll motion to
Okay.
approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion second to approve tax compromise as presented this morning. Is there any discussion?
Where does Mrs. Price live?
You know, I think she's up in the north end, but I don't have her address on me right now.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of said motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 3, Treasurer's Annual Certification at the beginning of passport acceptance facility.
This is just more for your information. We have to go through an annual certification, and they have notified us that in March, they're coming for a 1.5-hour visit to make sure that we are doing things correctly. I also wanted to let you know that since we started processing passports, taking pictures, after we purchased the picture-taking equipment, we have earned $5,600 for the county, and that all goes back into the general fund, into the treasurer's budget. But that is really awesome. The equipment cost us $1,700, so we're doing really well at it.
Good.
And would like to figure out how we could even promote it a bit more. I think that we could handle some more coming in applicants.
Okay.
So, just a FYI.
And with that, the money thing is good and great, but the service provided, I mean.
It is, it is.
The trail starts here, usually, with the
Each
to
of
get their
the
certified
people
deal.
in our office are called agents, and they have to be recertified. So it's very important that they're doing procedures right according to the U.S. government. Peggy's done a really great job of overseeing this process. The very first one was returned, and after that, none others are. So it's a good for the county.
Is this something that people should maybe call and get an appointment to come and do, or can they just
No.
walk in the door? It
No.
doesn't take very long?
Sometimes, when they bring in a family of 5 that's going overseas,
Okay.
that's probably an hour's worth of somebody's time. But it's okay, it's okay. We have people to do that.
And how long is the wait anymore to get your passport?
6 weeks
6
is
weeks.
pretty standard.
Okay. Well, thanks, Pat. Is
Yep.
anybody got any questions for Pat?
No.
Okay, thanks, Pat, for coming over. We're about a minute or two from 10 o'clock, so I think we're going to move down to number F. Get ready for the public hearing. I think we'll give Tom a couple minutes here to tell us a little bit about it and what's going on.
Dennis Spillman is requesting a change of zone from A1 to A2. He's changing the parcel size, separating it from the surrounding farmland for financing purposes. Parcel is 4.24 acres in size. It's located in the northwest quarter of the southeast quarter, section 34, Clear Lake Township. A permit was issued for the new house back in 2010. There's an existing garage on the property that was there prior to the permit for the house. All A2 district requirements are met, and Article 6 general requirements are met as well. There's access into the surrounding farmland south of the acreage from Dove Avenue, and also to the east along 225th Street on the east side of the creek. Since there were no access issues, all A2 and general requirements were met. The request generally conforms to the comprehensive plan. Planning and Zoning Commission at their Groundhog Day meeting on February 2nd recommended approval of the rezoning to A2.
You sure that was on Groundhog Day?
You know what?
Okay.
It's funny you'd say that to Shadow. But anyway.
Okay, at this time, it's 10 o'clock, and I think what I'll do is I'll open up the public portion of this hearing. Is there anybody that wants to speak from the public?
Okay. If you want to speak, Mr. Spillman, you can, but you certainly
Yeah,
I'm the one
have
that's
to. So.
for the rezoning.
I thought you was. I
Yep.
thought you looked like a Spillman.
Yep.
He's all in favor of it.
You're all in favor of
It says
it.
to come here at 10 o'clock. So that's-
Yeah, there you go, okay. If there's nobody else that would like to speak, at this time I'll entertain a motion to close the public portion. here.
Also moved to close the public portion of this hearing.
Okay.
Second.
We got a motion second to close the public portion of the hearing. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I move resolution 2012 number 24 to approve the change of zone for Mr. Spill.
Okay, I'll also second that.
Okay, we got a motion and second to do resolution 2012 number 24 for a change of zone for Mr. Spillman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Mr. Spillman, for coming in. From there, we will move back up to item D. Authorize the chair to sign an agreement with Randall Hinton to include agricultural land for the corridor urban renewal area.
We are required by state code to obtain the consent of any property owner who has more than 10 acres of agricultural land. And that consent then appears as an exhibit in the urban renewal plan, for which you have a hearing set for February 28th. Randall Hinton is the owner of one of the parcels, or the only parcel now that is classified agricultural and is more than 10 acres in size. And of course, since Red Power is a beneficiary of the urban renewal plan, he has signed that agreement. And so this just requires authorization for the chair to sign.
Okay. What is your wishes?
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve the agreement and authorize your signature.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion second to approve the agreement and authorize the chair to sign. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 2, and can we do 2 and 3 at the same time?
I believe so. Just before the Clear Lake City Council, Monday night, we had a Mason City Council Tuesday night to discuss the county's corridor urban renewal plan with them, because the plan contains properties within 2-mile jurisdiction of each community. Their consents were required, and both of their councils approved those agreements, and their mayors and city clerks have signed those agreements. And so after you execute these, these 2 will also become an attachment to the urban renewal.
Okay,
If I may proceed with authorize the chair to motion to sign the agreement with the city of Clear Lake and the city of Mason City for the corridor urban renewal area.
I'll second.
Okay. We got a motion and second to authorize the chair to sign the agreement for the urban renewal for Clear Lake and Mason City corridor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Nothing else on item D, Tom?
I would mention that I have received a draft of the development agreement with Red Power, and that I worked on with the attorney from Ollers, and that draft will be going out in the mail to Red Power today for their review. And then if there are any points of discussion, I'll meet with them and try to iron those out.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Moving on to item E, Iowa Department of Economic Development. Acknowledge the receipt of the Community Economic Development Block Grant Program. Amendment number 8 to contract 08-DRH-202.
Actually, on number 1 and 2, I think we can do those together.
Okay.
Both of these are just amendments. They are adding revised program guidelines. It does not look like the money allocated has changed. So they're just revising the guidelines of single-family production.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I make a motion to approve both items 1 and 2 under letter E with the Iowa Department of Economic Development.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion and second to approve the Economic Development Block Grant number 8 and number 13. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else on that? Okay. Moving on to item G. The dreaded manure management plans. This is the one at Rockwell Finisher. It's a renewal. I looked it over. It's a standard one. I'll make a motion that we accept the plan and send a copy to Dina.
Okay, I'll also second it.
Okay? Motion and second to accept the manure management plan from the Rockwell Finisher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item H, agreements and contracts. Hearing nothing, appointments. None. Hearing nothing, correspondence, communications. Okay, all we got left is adjournment. People?
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we can start this meeting. And Heather, we're going to turn it over to you.
This is just to discuss our preliminary budget. We need to be able to publish on Friday, so when we had met last time, there was a few changes that you wanted me to make, and I have put all those changes into the budget. The first page you have there shows the tax rates. You remember we discussed the mental health tax rate?
Yep.
The state was cutting the mental health property tax relief dollars, and this is the first year the state will allow the counties to levy the difference from what they're cutting. So that's, will go to $1.10. Up about 2.5 cents to recoup that money the state cut. You see the other levies there. General staying the same. Everything is staying the same. Debt service is dropping. So everything other than mental health, well, keep the levies the same. Any questions on that?
Other than if you don't, whether the mental health, they can speak to that. It has to do with the Medicaid, Medicare. For every dollar that they were leveraging, it was cost us 23 cents. Now it's going to cost 39 cents, and that's a 43% differential. So that's the quick of that.
The local option sales tax dollars, the legal side sheet.
Yep.
We went through all the outside funding requests. These are the allocations that you were considering. Remember, as a reminder, the revenue that we are budgeting is based on fiscal year 11 actual revenue that we received from the state. You know, they're always changing that, so it's kind of a moving target.
Was that was 11 up from 010 or was, I thought it was?
Yeah, yeah, like 1.6 million.
Okay.
That's what we received in 11.
Which shows the retail economy is somewhat more healthy than it had been
Right.
before.
Right. So hopefully that will continue.
Okay.
I have given you fund balances, revenues, expenditures is this printout.
Yep.
And then a copy of the full preliminary budget, which is stapled together. I don't know if you, I have put all the changes in that you requested. was anything.
There's so few changes.
Yep.
Right.
We did leave in the 50,000 in Mary's budget for the salt.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think she's gonna need it, but let's just leave it in there for now.
Okay. Yes, that's in there.
We're gonna try and work something out, so like I think.
Oh. Okay. Vision Iowa, this is the last year for Vision.
Right.
Mason City, so that will be paid after this year.
Okay. Got any questions on that? Okay.
It's a pretty straightforward budget, when basically it's just insurance and wages.
Good.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah, I'll try to
It's
show the things we made.
a little bit of equipment for Fred Hines, and a little bit for the sheriff, there's not too much.
Right. Mary had a motor grader, that's all she had for
Right.
equipment.
That's just in the rotation place.
Right.
That's just like sheriff's cars, I didn't think about this.
Right, nothing additional, just a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Fred's truck.
Right. I'm good?
You both good? Okay. Yeah, I think we're just as well.
So the budget you have for you is what I will send in for publication to the 3 newspapers on Friday.
Yeah, and we'll have the public hearing at 6.
Yes, at 10 a.m.
We said that this morning.
March 6th.
Yep, that's what I
Okay.
All right.
Any other questions?
I'm done.
Okay. Thanks, Heather.
Sure.
We're done with that. What pages do you publish?
The very first page.
Just this very first page here?
Yes,
That's what I thought it
that's what's required by law to be published.
was. Okay.
And you can see how it compares the actual from last year, current year,
Yep.
re-estimated, and then the next year budget.
Okay. We've got that done. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
Do we need to make a motion here? Probably. No? Okay. Just a information meeting. Okay, thank you, people. Thanks.